What's up, y'all, and welcome back. So this will probably be my last video of 2024, so we're gonna go out with a bang. And I know it's because I'm back making money videos that my algorithm is like, let me show her a bunch of money related videos. And a trend that I am noticing, which has I think always been a trend in the money community, has been a no spin year. Not a no spin challenge, a whole entire no spin year. And pretty much a no spin year, even though you can make it whatever you want it to, you make your own rules. This is your money, okay? But the general idea is that you do not spend on any non-essentials. It could be a non-essential from a specific budget category, or just non-essentials all across the board, and you do that for the amount of time that you have challenged yourself to not do it. And I'm not gonna play Scrooge, but I'm gonna offer a different perspective, because I do think that a spending challenge can come with a lot of pros, or some pros, if you are able to complete it successfully, like saving XYZ amount of money. That is always a good thing. It's very enticing, and it forces you to realize that money does not buy happiness. I was that person who firmly believed that money does not buy happiness. Diana now absolutely believes that money can give you access to resources that can help you find your happiness. So I'm not just going to completely write it off like that's just incorrect. But anyway, it's going to force you to find happiness outside of you consuming the things that you typically do, and finding happiness and pleasure in those things. But I think for someone who is embarking on their financial journey, they're new to their walk, something like a spending challenge can be very make or break, because from what I've seen, a lot of people they don't even want to take a chance and start working on their finances because they're scared away from it by this specific thing. It's like, I am already struggling. I'm already barely making ends meet. Yes, I need to budget. Yes, I need to save and do XYZ. And then we kind of wrap it up in this idea of like, suffer now, and then prayerfully, if you make it, ball out later. Like, put your current self on hold, and then in the future you'll be able to do XYZ and whatever it is that you want to do. But that does not work for everybody. Everyone has a different belief system, different perspectives and things like that. And telling someone that you have to suffer now in order to live it up or whatever it is later, like you're absolutely not able to do anything, that is how they perceive a budget. A budget is something that takes away. A budget is something that hurts. I'm just focusing on the things that I cannot do. And so they don't want to do it, and they don't want to deal with it. And so they don't embark on a financial journey. When in reality, there's always another route. You can always allow yourself to take another route, which is a lot of times what I have done. And I typically don't encourage anyone who is new in their walk to embark on a spending challenge or a no spend year, because spending challenges don't get down to the root cause of your overspending, especially if I'm more specifically talking about people who are new in their walk and they are overspenders. Your overspending is always going to be directly linked to your belief systems, and you're going from one extreme to the next. You're going from overspending to not spending at all. You just basically going cold turkey, and that can set you up for a lot of disappointment, basically set you up for failure. And it may be that you are so disappointed in yourself if you don't successfully complete this, that you may just disregard the whole journey altogether. And that is not something that I want to see someone do, because I know that everyone's journey is going to be different, and a lot of times your mental belief system is going to play out in how you manage money, because you cannot separate the two. And just like with substances, without a healthy progression towards sobriety, you can be dealing with negative consequences. So what do I suggest? What is my suggestion then? What do you suggest that we do? I suggest doing a low spend challenge. You still reap the benefits of a typical no spend challenge or no spend year. It is just you gradually, you're taking gradual steps to get yourself to where you need to be. And this is to encourage long-term and sustainable changes to your spending. Now, in order to do this, you of course need to know what your starting point is, and that is you calculating how much you are spending on non-essentials, or if you want it to be a specific budget category, how much you are spending on XYZ. And this is also the tricky part that kind of relates back to why people don't even embark on a financial journey, or they quit pretty much in the beginning before they realize that they are capable of doing it, that they were right there coming over that hill. And that is because when you calculate this amount, it may make you want to throw up. I remember the first time I calculated how much I was spending on like fast food, and I wanted to throw up. And then you get these emotions of feeling anxious, feeling guilty, feeling disappointed in yourself. And so you want to impulsively stop spending altogether. And that is because you want to offload some of that guilt, and it makes you feel better to feel like, you know, I am going to make a drastic change in my life, and then I won't have to deal with this again. But once again, don't do that, because if you do that, you are going to be disappointed or setting yourself up for more disappointments. And a good question to ask yourself is, based on my behavior now, how realistic is it that I stick to this amount? So kind of using this as an example, let's say that we discovered that we are spending $300 on fast food. We are disgusted with ourselves. We don't know what we got going on, but we know that we need to reduce this amount. And so impulsively, we're like, we're going to reduce this amount to $40. We're not going to go as drastic as $0, but we're going to say we're going to reduce this amount to $40 so that we feel better about ourselves, okay? Because right now we're eating up with guilt and disgust. That is a $260 jump from your current behavior to now your anticipated or your desired behavior. And I don't know about you, but I feel like you may very well be coming over budget, and that is because you have not given yourself, once again, enough time to adjust your spending behaviors to actually maintain that amount. You want to set an amount that fits within your spendable income, is lower than the average that you're spending, but slightly higher than the amount you want to reduce it to. You want to make it low enough to where you feel uncomfortable, but also not so low to where it feels like it's impossible. So let's say that we get a little bit more realistic with ourselves and we lower it to $120. That feels a lot more doable for us right now based on our current behavior and spending patterns. And that's $180 difference. Like, that's $180 that is freed up for you to put towards, you know, your goals or other financial obligations. So that frees us up about 50% of what we were originally spending on fast food. And then as time progresses and you start coming within that budgeted amount, then you can start gradually lowering it. So I say give it about 3 months, and if for 3 consecutive months you come within that budget, then you're pretty much safe to start lowering that amount again. So if we started at $120 for 3 months, consecutive months, we've come within that $120 budget. Let's say then we lower it to $80, and then 3 months after that, if we come within that $80 budget, we're able to make that work, then we can start reducing that amount. And then you continue to do this until you get to the amount that you feel comfortable and proud of, whether that is the $40 that we impulsively wanted to lower it to before, or even $0. Just, it's completely up to you. And you gain self-control by putting a limit on the habit and then gradually reducing it. And I found that that has always worked well for me, instead of just simply telling myself that no, for an entire 12 months or however long I want this challenge to be, I'm not going to allow myself to spend on XYZ. And now the spending challenges or no spend years, it could be just on like just as the example, we use fast food, beauty, things like that. But I still think that you have to get to a place where you realize this is for me or not for me because of my mental state. And I know that I am someone where if I feel super restricted, I'm not going to do well. I am going to overspend, or if I go a long time without allowing myself to spend anything, once I start, it's very difficult for me to stop. And I feel that people who are overspenders, who are new on their financial journeys, this could be a recipe for disaster because you're still new, you're still learning yourself, you're still learning things, you're unlearning things, you're carrying around maybe money scripts that are not going to be helpful to the goals that you're trying to accomplish for yourself. And you have to give yourself grace, space, and time, and you're going to screw up a lot, and you need those screw ups to strengthen the financial plan that you have that are ultimately going to get you to your goals. But just saying that I'm going to completely stop cold turkey, something that I have always done for years, and this is my habit, it's ingrained in me, I don't see that really healing and correcting the root cause of whatever is causing your overspending, to be just completely stopping the habit altogether. So hopefully this video was helpful for you all. Leave me down below if you are a no spend or no challenge or no spend year girly. How does that work for you? What do the rules look like for you? And if you've tried no spending and it didn't work, let us know what your experience was, and I will catch you guys in the next video.